Hi everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. Today we will see how to create pull request in GitHub. So if you are working in IT industry, the most common word we can hear sometime is raising a PR, reviewing the PR. So what exactly is this PR? PR means pull request. Pull request in GitHub is a method for contributing code changes to a project repository. So a simple example is, let's say there is a main branch of our application. Whenever we want to add some new feature, or let's say if there is any bug fix, and if developers are working on those, they will create a new feature branch from the main branch. And then they will write their code in that feature branch. They will modify the files. They can add some new files in that feature branch in isolation. And once all their changes are completed in the feature branch, next step is they have to merge that feature branch into main branch. Now, we cannot directly merge that branch into main branch without reviewing the code, because sometimes it might happen that there might be some code which can cause some problems, which can reproduce or which can give some issues in application after merging. So that's why it is not a good practice to merge the branches directly into the main branch. So whatever the developer has made some changes in that new feature branch, before merging that branch into main branch or master branch, they can provide that specific code which includes various commits in that branches, etc., to some another developer for review. So it will facilitate the collaboration among the developers by providing a structured way to propose, discuss, and review the changes before they can actually merge those changes into main code base. So pull request is essentially a request to merge your changes from one branch, that is a feature branch, into another branch, that is main branch or development branch or master branch of our application. So whenever developer wants to merge their changes from feature branch to main branch, before merging, they can give all those code changes to another developer for review purpose. Another developer can suggest some changes in the code. He might suggest some optimization also in that code. So once he review the code and he will suggest some changes, the developer will make changes according to the review comments. And once all the review comments changes are done, they can give the code again for review, and if it is reviewed properly and if it is approved by other developers, then that PR or pull request can be merged. And once that pull request is approved, once the pull request is approved, we can merge that branch into main branch. So that is the high level workflow of pull request. So pull request is basically also called as a PR. It is a method of contributing your code changes to another developer before merging it to repository. This is a simple diagram. So whenever we want to merge any branch into main code base, we have to raise a pull request. We have to create a pull request that will contain all the commits which we have made on feature branch. Some peer developer will review that PR. He will perform the code review. As per the review comments, we have to update those in our files. And once it is approved after review, we can merge that pull request. So that is the high level flow of pull request. So what are the high level key features of pull request? Developers propose their changes to the code base by creating a pull request after pushing their updates to a branch. So whenever developer is working on some feature branch, he will write the code, he will modify the code, he might add some new files, and then once that is done, he will push those changes to remote repo in their feature branch. Now the team member, and he will raise the pull request for that code because it is not merged into main branch yet. It is just pushed into feature branch code in remote repo. We will see some practical example as well, then we will understand in better way. But just understand that once he pushes the code to his feature branch on remote repo, team members or repository owners can review the code changes. So after pushing the code to remote repo of that specific branch, that is the feature branch, we have to raise a pull request to merge it into main branch. And once we raise the pull request, we can add some reviewer, we can add some team members in that pull request. So that specific team member can review the code, he can suggest some improvements and also identify some potential issues if any. Then as per the suggestion we have to make those changes, and then again we have to give it for review. And once everything is correct, everything is approved, then we can merge those changes. We can also give, there are some tools, continuous integration tools often run automated tests when a pull request is created to ensure the changes do not break the existing code base. Pull requests include a discussion thread where developers can comment on specific lines of code or general aspect of the overall change. They can comment on some logic as well. They can comment about optimization of code as well. If there are some uncommented changes, or let's say there is some comments which are not making sense, they can also suggest those to be removed as well. And once all these changes are approved, the pull request is merged into the target branch. So on high level, what is the PR workflow? So I will show you one example parallelly. So let's see one example for creating a pull request. So what I will do, I will first create one local project. Let's go to local directory. In C drive, I have created one folder called my project underscore s. In this folder, I'm just going to create a new file. Let's create a new text file. I'm naming it as abcd.txt. In this file, I am adding some content. Let's say apple and mango. I'm saving this file. Then we have to create one local repository. So for that, we have to open git bash. So I have just opened a git bash. What are the next step? We have already done so many times now. So we should be creating one empty git local repository. So we have initialized empty git repository. After initializing that repository, what is the next step? We have to add those changes into staging area. Git add full stop. It will add into the staging area. Then we have to commit those changes by using git commit -m. This is our first commit. So currently we are on which branch? There is only single branch currently. So currently if you see git branch command, we have master branch, which is our local repository master branch. Now let's rename this master to main. It is optional guys. I'm just putting it for understanding purpose. So let's rename. So how to rename it? Git branch -m main. And now we have renamed our master branch to main branch. Now what we have done so far is we have created one abcd.txt file which contains the content of apple and mango, and it is currently on which branch? It is currently on main branch. Now what we will do, we will push these changes to remote repo. I want to push these changes to remote repo. That is our GitHub repository. So first I will go to GitHub. Right, so we are in now GitHub. After coming into GitHub, I will just create one new folder. Let's create a new folder. I will create the same folder which we have created, for example, my project underscore s. That is the repository I am going to create. My project underscore s. This is the new repository which we are creating. So after giving the repository name, we just have to click on create repository. So it is creating a new GitHub repository for my project underscore s. And this is the GitHub repository URL. I am just copying this URL. Now what we have to do? We want to add remote for our local repo. So what is the command for that? Git remote add origin. We can give any name, but by default we can give origin as well. And git remote add origin, and then we have to provide which command we have to add. You can see the here as well. So we have to add git remote add origin and the entire URL which we have to provide. So I am just copying this URL. Go to git bash and let's paste that URL here. Let me copy this one more time. Git remote add origin and the remote URL of our project. So now we have successfully added remote for our project. Now what is the next step? I want to push these changes. So what is the command? Git push origin main. It will push our changes of main branch and it will create a new remote main branch in GitHub repository project. So that I will show you. So yeah, so changes are now successfully pushed to our main repository in GitHub as well. So if I refresh this page, now, it will show you that file which we have created, abcd.txt, along with the changes of apple and mango in it. So this is how we have pushed our changes to remote repo. And currently there is one branch, that is main branch, present in remote repository as well. Now what we have to do is, so far we have only one branch in local, that is main branch. Now I am going to just imagine a situation where I am going to work on some new feature. So I will create one new feature branch and I will make some changes in feature branch. Then I will commit those changes to local repo and then I will commit those changes into another branch of remote repo in the same remote, that is same folder. So currently there is only main branch. So let's go to our project. I'm just going to create a new branch now. Git branch feature X. So I'm just creating the new branch. Then we have to check out to that new branch. We are just checking out to that new branch. Now we have switched to feature X branch. Now in feature X branch, what I will do, I will make some changes in abcd.txt file. So we have to open that file, beam abcd.txt. So we have apple mango. Along with that, I'm just adding some new content. Let's press I and put orange is a new content which we have added in featurex file only. In featurex branch, we have made these changes in abcd.txt. Escape :wq exclamation mark and save this file. So we have made some changes in featurex file. So what we have done in abcd.txt, we have created new branch, featurex branch, in which we have content like this: apple, mango and orange. New content which is added in featurex branch is orange. So in featurex branch, this is the new change which we have added. That change is not present in main branch yet. So what I will do now, I am just adding that changes. First we have to stage that changes, git add, and then we have to commit that changes as well. In our featurex branch, git commit -m added orange. So we have committed those changes in featurex branch. Now what I will do, I will push these changes to remote repo. I will push these changes to remote repository, but not in main branch of remote repo. I will just create another feature_x branch in remote repository as well. So for that we have to use git push origin featurex. So it will create a new featurex branch in remote repository as well, which will contain our changes of featurex branch from local repo to remote repo. So I'm just pushing those changes. Yeah, so now our changes are pushed into featurex branch in remote repository as well. So if I go to remote repo now, if you see, it is showing you featurex had recent pushes 5 seconds ago. And now if you open this file in main branch, it is in main branch currently. In main branch, there is only apple and mango. Orange is not present in main branch. If you check the same file in featurex branch now, in remote repository, in featurex branch, orange is also there. So there are some new changes in featurex branch. So now we have two branches in remote repository. One branch that is featurex branch, which we have created for working on new feature. And another is main branch, which is basically main code base. Now the part comes where we have to raise a pull request. It is actually raised there. So basically now if I want to merge this featurex branch changes into main branch, we have to check the pull request. So if you go to this pull request section, we can see one feature_x had recent pushes 1 minute ago with compare and pull request option. So we have to click on this option. It will show you the changes. If you see, this is the comment which we have added orange. This is showing you that we want to compare this featurex branch. We have to merge this featurex branch into main branch. It is showing you that it is able to merge. These branches can be automatically merged because there are no conflicts yet. When conflict comes, this branch cannot automatically merge. In that case, we have to resolve those conflicts. So conflict related situation we will see in next session. But in today's session, just understand it is automatically mergeable because there are no conflicting situation. So after creating a feature branch, we did not make any new commit in main branch. We did not create any new commits in main branch. That's why it is not giving you any conflict at this point of time. We have simply created a new featurex branch and we have some made changes in featurex branch only. After that point, there is no change in main branch yet. That's why it is not showing you any conflicting situation. And we can directly able to merge those changes to main branch via pull request. So we have opened a pull request, right? So in this pull request, there is a reviewer section. So whatever developer or peer developers which we have, we can add those developers name here so that they can, whoever developer you will add, email will be triggered to those developer and they can review this pull request. This pull request will be assigned to that reviewer. He can review those code changes. He can add some comments. So I'm just adding some comment. So first, let's say I'm just adding some comment. Let's say added changes in feature X branch for abcd.txt file. So we can just put some description. Title is added orange. We can add the reviewer, and then we have to simply click on this create pull request button. Once you click on this create pull request button, it will create a pull request. You can also see the changes, commits also we can see here. If you see whatever changes we have done, which file we have changed, that we can check here. In feature X branch, we have added some new content, that is orange. So now what I will do, I will just create this pull request. Once you click on this, after adding some reviewers, you can just click on create a pull request. Now we have created a pull request. This is currently showing status as open because this is not yet approved or this is not yet merged. So what we can do now, we have successfully created a pull request. In this pull request, we can see these commits. Whatever commits we have done in that specific pull request, that also we can check it out here. We can directly also check files which are changed, so that whoever is reviewer, he can simply click on files change and he can see the changes in that specific pull request. After reviewing, he can suggest some changes, he can comment on the pull request. Then we have to make some changes as per the review comments. And once everything is settled, we can simply, reviewer will simply approve those pull requests. And once those pull requests are approved, we can merge the pull request. So currently I have not added any reviewers because it's for demo purpose, but in real time project you have to add some reviewers. They will review your pull request, they will suggest some changes, we have to modify the changes accordingly, and then we have to merge the pull request after it is approved. In some places there can be some CI/CD related rules also set up. There will some automated test will be run depending on the test cases. In some of the organizations there can be some CI/CD and automated test run which would be automatically run for every pull request. But currently we are not having that. We are just using it for demo purpose. So I will just assume that everything is approved. Once everything is approved, we can simply click on this merge pull request option. So I am just adding some comment here, merging changes of feature X branch. So I am just adding some comment. Let's comment it, and then we can merge the pull request. So I'm just clicking on merging pull request. We have to click on confirm merge. Once you click on this merge confirm, our changes are successfully merged and closed. So whatever changes we have made in abcd.txt in feature X branch, now that branch is now merged into main branch. We have merged that commit into main branch from feature X branch. So now if I go to code, and if you check main branch now in abcd.txt, feature X branch changes also came into this file now. So abcd.txt, we have merged feature branch changes into our main branch file as well. So this is on high level merging process works. So we have to raise a pull request, reviewer will review those changes, and once everything is approved, we can merge that changes into main branch. So we have successfully merged those changes now. After merging those changes, if you want, we can delete that feature X file as well. We can delete that feature X branch because whatever changes we have made in this feature X branch, now those are merged into our main branch. So we can simply delete that feature X branch as well. So what I will do now, if I go back to our project again in local repo, let's go back to local repository project. So in local repository project, if you go to main branch, so I'm just checking out to main branch, git checkout main branch. In main branch, if you open this abcd.txt now, it is still not having that orange yet because we haven't taken a latest pull from remote repo yet. So if you open this now, it is showing you only apple and mango. But now if I take a pull, let's say we are taking a latest pull from our main branch, which is the remote repo, git pull, let's say origin main. So it will take the changes from remote repo main branch, that is the orange, and that should be added into abcd.txt now. So we have successfully taken the pull. Let's open this abcd.txt. If you see, orange is now present in our working directory file as well. So we have successfully taken the latest pull from remote main branch. So this is on high level. We can create a pull request, we can get it reviewed, we can get it approved, and then we can merge those changes into main branch. So that is the high level workflow of pull request. We have to work locally on feature branch. So once you create a local feature branch from the main branch, we can add the files, we can edit the files. After all the changes are done, we can push those feature branch to GitHub. So that feature X branch we have pushed to GitHub. Then we have opened a pull request using a feature branch which was pushed to GitHub. We can add the reviewers, etc. Then we have to wait for PR to be reviewed. If any review comment comes from reviewer, then we have to modify those code changes accordingly. And once all the approvals are done, then we can merge the branch that we have just seen. After merging the branch, we can delete the feature branch after merge is completed. So if you go to this feature X branch now, I'm just going to this feature X branch. So I'm just going to this feature X branch because we have already merged feature branch changes to our main branch. So if you go to feature X branch, we can simply delete that branch as well. So if you want to see the delete option also, you can simply see that option in pull request. We have already, so that is the high level flow. We can delete the branch as soon as you pull the request. So I'm just currently keep it open because maybe in next session we will again see some demo on it. But you can simply delete the branch once your code is merged from feature branch to main branch. So that is the high level description of creating a pull request. Now in this demo session, what we have seen so far, we have not got any conflict because after creating a branch, we did not make any new commits on main branch file. That's why we did not see any conflict situation. But in the next session, what we will do, we will see what happens when we get conflict while merging. So thank you for watching.